going on, guys? Taylor here, and I'm back at What Real Entertainment. How you been? Great to see you. Here to talk to you for a little bit about a new upcoming series called Citadel. I don't know if you're familiar with it already. The premiere trailer for it released yesterday. If you haven't seen that already, I'll put the link down in the description so that you can check that out. But it is a new original series coming to Amazon Prime. It comes from David Whale, who had also developed Hunters as well as Solos for Amazon. So you might be familiar with his work there already. A frequent collaborator. Also executive produced by Joe and Anthony Russo, who are behind small little indie films like Avengers Endgame and The Gray Man. And I'll also co-star Richard Madden, Priyanka Jonas, and little touch of the Tucci. You get a supporting role from Stanley Tucci. It's a new espionage spy thriller show about a duo of amnesiac spies played by Richard Madden and Priyanka Chopra Jonas, former operatives of a espionage wing called Citadel, which has recently collapsed. And unfortunately for them, all of their operatives' memories have been wiped. What's up with that? I don't understand why spies always having their memories wiped. They love doing that. It seems very counterproductive. And in the vacuum of that organization collapsing, a new crime syndicate has risen called Manticore. And so old Citadel agents brought back into the fold and have to regain their memories and their own identity before they can access the skills necessary to take down this new organization. Looks pretty cool. I think don't see a lot of spy shows that I can think of off the top of my head. So I like the idea of doing a new contemporary espionage story. And something to also note is it's not based on anything, which is kind of rare these days when you see these big budget shows or movies. It's not adapted from some old spy novel or a comic book line or an obscure action figure from the 80s. This all just came from somebody's brain, put to page, and now is being filmed for your eager consumption. So that's always an appealing quality to have in today's modern media industry. I actually had the fortunate opportunity to sit in and on a bit of a Q&A with the showrunner, David Whale, executive producers, Joe and Anthony Russo, and again, stars Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Richard Madden, leading up to the release of that trailer. So I got a little extra context about how the show's going to work, and I thought I'd make a quick video discussing that with you. The big thing that I didn't really see expressed in the trailer, the really appealing or perhaps intriguing element of the show, is that Citadel is going to function as the flagship show for what will eventually become I'll say it on three. 1, 2, 3, cinematic universe, which will be populated by other satellite shows. Now, the interesting thing about that is that the other shows under this Citadel banner are all going to be made by teams specific to their region or country, I should say. So the Italian spinoff show, it's going to be filmed in Italy with purely Italian talent. It's going to be purely spoken in Italian. Same idea for the Indian series shot in India. It's going to be spoken entirely in Hindi and use local talent there. So while I myself, admittedly, I'm kind of burnt out on the cinematic universe concept, it kind of pushes me away more often than not than it pulls me back in at this point. I'm just more in the pocket for self-contained stories. But that being said, I think as far as original ideas to take that concept, this is kind of cool. It creates a living, breathing organism where you can see how the espionage, what would you call it, industry has transformed this world across the board, across border lines, even, if you will. So I think that's a pretty cool concept. I'll be interested to see if they'll stick the landing on that. They actually kind of mused that in the Q&A, whether people who watch the English, actual Citadel show, whether they'll make the journey over to the one in Hindi or Italian or Spanish. Would they be willing to, get out of their comfort zone and try out a show in a completely different language? And I certainly hope they would. I think that's a cool and ambitious idea, and I'm excited to see whether they pull it off. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Are you interested in expanded universes still? Is that something that catches your interest or intrigue, or are you kind of like me at this point where the idea of going bigger, 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 you need to see them all is actually a little bit less appealing? I don't know. They seem to think that audiences are hungry for this. I heard either Joe or Anthony Russo say as much. So, and that makes sense. You consider where they're coming from. Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, they basically they set the mold, right? They're the archetype right there. So they get this better than anybody. So that's a great team to have behind it if that's the kind of story that you'd like to tell. Likewise, David Whale seems like a great showrunner, great creative mind, and seems to really know how to call the shots over there when working with Amazon. So I think it's actually pretty promising that it's coming from his mind as well. He's got a great track record thus far, so I'd say it's appealing, and two great leads. As far as the trailer itself goes, I did watch it. I'll be honest, I think it looks fine right now. It's got a very, not to harken back to it, but for me, it's got a very Marvel tone. Very quippy. Considering the subject matter, actually kind of lighthearted. There's a little romantic flair there between Priyanka and Richard. So to me, it looks like a pretty lighthearted, whereas I might want something a little grittier, so to speak. There's another one of those buzzwords, but I'm not going to judge it entirely on the trailer itself. It's something I'll definitely at least check out. Looks fun, looks expensive, looks like a high budget production, and I'm excited to see if they pull off this whole global map, putting the globe trotting, so to speak, on this spy franchise. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the trailer. What do you think about this idea at large? Is this cool, or is this, just another new series getting tossed out by one of these streaming services? Because I'm kind of like that as well. I'm notoriously bad at keeping up with all the different series that go right to streaming because there's just so many of them. It feels like every single week something's coming out. But this looks like it's a little bit bigger scale than something that gets tossed out so casually. And I'll give it a shot. Let me know if you want to as well down in the comments below. And in the meantime, if you like this video, come on, you know what I want you to do. Hit that little thumbs up button. And if you subscribe, it would mean a lot. Here on this channel, we have all sorts of great movie reviews, podcasts, trailer reactions, and videos just like this one every single week. So it'd mean a whole lot. And if you want to find more of me, again, link down in the description. Check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/WhatRealEnt. I go live there every single week playing scary games, driven games, a little bit of Fortnite here and there. As my great friends Matt and Connor, they go live over there every single week too. So check out WhatRealEnt on Twitch. And in the meantime, I'm Taylor, and I'll check in the next video. Thanks, guys.